Simple English Stories.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Stories, the warm and peaceful place where you can practice English through clear, real conversations. I'm Tom, and today I want to take you into a topic that is simple on the outside, but extremely powerful on the inside. The habit of reading books. Reading is something many people forget in today's busy world. But the truth is, reading has the power to change how you think, how you speak, how you grow, and even how you see yourself. And to explore this together, Anna is here with me. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Tom, and hello to everyone who is listening. I'm really excited about today's podcast because reading is something that helped me so much through school, through work, and even in my personal life. I hope this conversation helps many people start or return to reading again.
That's a great point. A lot of people want to read more, but they feel they don't have time, or they think reading is too difficult, or they simply don't know where to start. So today, we're going to take reading and make it simple, enjoyable, and meaningful. Anna, do you remember the first time you read a book and truly felt something from it?
Yes, I still remember it clearly. I was around 12 and I read a short novel about a young girl who traveled alone to another country. The story was simple, but it opened a big window for me. It made me imagine a bigger world, a world outside my small town. That book made me dream for the first time.
I love that, and I think many listeners can relate. Books do something magical. They show you worlds you haven't seen yet, dreams you haven't imagined yet, and versions of yourself you haven't met yet.
Yes, exactly. And even now, as an adult, every time I read, I feel like I enter a quiet space where my mind can breathe. It's like having a private room inside my head.
That's such a beautiful way to say it. A private room inside your head. And that's one of the things people forget. Reading is not just about learning information. It's about creating space inside your mind. When you read, you slow down. The world becomes quiet for a moment. Your thoughts and emotions become clearer.
Especially in today's world. We are always rushing. Our phones keep calling us. Our notifications never stop. And our attention keeps jumping from one thing to another. Reading is the opposite. It teaches you to sit, to breathe, to focus, to stay with one idea for more than a few seconds.
And that training is so important. People think they have a stress problem, but sometimes they actually have a focus problem. Reading helps you build mental strength. You start with 1 page, then 2, then 5. And slowly, without noticing, your brain becomes calmer.
I experienced that a lot. There were times when my mind felt messy. I couldn't think clearly. Everything felt like too much. But when I picked up a book, even for 5 minutes, I felt like someone was helping me organize my thoughts.
Books have a way of giving structure to your mind. But there's another benefit: language learning.
Oh yes, definitely. Reading is one of the easiest ways to learn English naturally. You see how words connect? You understand grammar without studying grammar rules. You hear the music of the language through sentences.
Well said. And many learners stop reading because they think they must understand every word. But you don't. When you read, your brain learns patterns, rhythm, and meaning. And when you don't know every word.
Exactly. When I was learning English, I read simple stories. Sometimes I didn't understand 20% of the text, but I didn't stop. I focused on the story. And after a few books, I could understand more and more.
That's the secret. Reading is long-term progress. A few pages today might not change you, but a few pages every day will change you deeply. And reading also builds creativity, right?
Yes, I love that part. Reading gives you new ideas. Sometimes one sentence becomes a seed for a new project or a new way of thinking. Books connect ideas in your mind that were not connected before.
And that creativity helps you at work, in conversations, and even in your personal goals. But let me ask you something deeper. Have you ever felt that a book understood you better than people around you?
Oh, yes, many times. Sometimes I read a line and I feel like this author knows exactly what I feel. Books make you feel seen. They make you feel understood. And they make you feel less alone.
That is one of the greatest gifts of reading. Books are like mirrors and windows. A mirror because they show something about you. A window because they show something bigger than you.
I love that, and that's why reading is not just a hobby. It's a tool for emotional growth, mental clarity, language learning, creativity, and personal reflection.
And in part 2, we'll go even deeper into how reading shapes your future, improves relationships, builds confidence, and gives you direction in life. Part 1 was about understanding the power of reading. Part 2 will be about using reading to transform your life.
I can't wait for part 2. Let's continue.
Simple English Stories.
Welcome back to part 2 of our podcast about the powerful benefits of reading. In part 1, we talked about how reading helps your mind, your focus, and your language. Now in part 2, we're exploring something deeper: how reading can shape your future and your life.
This is my favorite part because I truly believe reading is one of the reasons I grew into the person I am today.
Let me start with a big question. Has a book ever changed the direction of your life?
Yes, a few years ago I read a book about building healthy habits. The book explained that small actions every day can make big changes in the future. The idea was simple, but it changed the way I thought about everything. After that, I started reading every morning, eating better, exercising more, and setting small goals. My whole lifestyle changed because of one book.
I love that story, and I think this is something everyone should understand. Books can give you wisdom that takes years to learn from real life. Books are shortcuts to experience.
Exactly, and reading also helps you understand people better. When you read stories, you see how people think, feel, react, and suffer. This helps you in real life. You become more understanding. You become more patient.
And that builds better relationships with friends, with family, with colleagues, and even with yourself. Reading teaches emotional intelligence in a natural way.
Yes, and it improves communication. When you read, you learn how to express your ideas clearly. You learn how to listen. You learn how to explain your feelings.
That's so true. And reading also builds confidence. People think confidence comes from speaking loudly or looking strong. But real confidence comes from clarity, from understanding the world and yourself better.
Books give you that clarity. They show you different ways of thinking. They give you knowledge you can use in everyday situations. They make you feel prepared.
Exactly. And I want to talk about the future. Many people feel lost. They don't know what they want. They don't know what to do. But reading helps you see possibilities.
Yes, I remember reading a book about traveling, and it made me want to explore the world. Later, I actually traveled to several countries because the book planted that dream inside me.
Books open doors inside your mind. Sometimes a single chapter can give you a dream you carry for years.
And reading can help you with skills too: money management, communication, self-discipline, problem solving. Books teach you things schools never taught you.
And they teach you gently, in a quiet way that gives you time to think. That's why reading is not just for students. It's for everyone who wants to grow.
Reading also teaches patience. Finishing a book takes time. It teaches you to stay with something until the end. That patience becomes part of your character.
And that character helps you in your goals, career goals, personal goals, relationship goals. If you can finish a book, you can finish many things in life.
I truly believe that too, and that's why I always tell people, even 10 minutes a day can change you.
So before we end this episode, let me leave our listeners with one message. Reading is like talking to hundreds of teachers, thinkers, and dreamers. And they are always waiting for you.
Start small. Read one page today, one page tomorrow. Slowly, reading will become a part of your life and your mind will grow in ways you didn't expect.
Thank you all for listening to this long, deep two-part conversation. This is Tom and Anna, and we'll see you in the next episode of Simple English Stories.